I am here to give you something powerful, something that will change the way you think, speak, and live. This message is about learning how to live a better life, a life with more peace, more patience, and more power over your emotions. Today I will talk to you about anger, not just what it is, but how to understand it, how to control it, and most importantly, how to let go of it. I will guide you through real steps that anyone can follow. By the end of this message, you will not only improve your understanding, but also have a stronger, calmer mind. So sit back, take a deep breath, and let us begin. What is anger really? Anger is one of the most misunderstood emotions. Many people think anger means shouting, yelling, breaking things, or fighting with others. Yes, that is one form of anger, the loud kind. But anger is not always loud. In fact, anger is often silent. It lives quietly inside your mind. It hides behind your smile. It sits in your heart like a heavy stone. You may not scream, you may not hit, but you feel it. It is the tightness in your chest. It is the tension in your neck. It is the storm of thoughts that do not let you sleep at night. Anger starts small. Sometimes it begins as a simple disappointment. Maybe your friend did not call you back. Maybe your boss did not respect your effort. Maybe someone said something rude to you. At first you feel a little hurt. You tell yourself it is okay. But deep inside something changes. That hurt becomes frustration. You keep thinking about it. You imagine what you should have said. You feel like the world is being unfair to you. And then that frustration grows into anger. Anger often comes from expectations. You expect someone to act a certain way. You expect things to go smoothly. You expect to be understood, respected, or appreciated. But when those expectations are not met, your mind reacts. It says, this is wrong, this is unfair. And instead of accepting and adjusting, you resist. You fight the moment. And that resistance creates fire, anger. But here is the truth. Anger is not power. It feels powerful in the moment. It feels strong to yell, to argue, to show your pain. But that is not real strength. That is just emotion out of control. Real strength is staying calm when things go wrong. Real power is keeping your peace when others lose theirs. Anger is actually a loss of control. It makes you say things you do not mean. It makes you hurt people you care about. And later, it leaves you with guilt and regret. So what is anger really? It is a sign that something inside you is hurting. It is a message from your mind saying, pay attention. But it is not something you should follow blindly. You do not have to let anger drive your words or your actions. You can pause, you can breathe. You can choose a better response. And every time you choose peace over anger, you grow stronger, not just emotionally, but in your spirit, in your relationships, and in your life. Real strength is not loud. Real strength is silent, steady, and kind. And the moment you learn that, your life will begin to change. Why do you get angry? Let us take a moment to look deeper. Why do you really get angry? What causes that fire inside you? Most of the time, the answer is simple but powerful. It is your expectations. You expect people to behave in a certain way. You expect situations to go according to your plans. For example, you expect your friend to arrive on time, but he shows up 30 minutes late without even saying sorry. You expect your boss to notice how hard you are working, but he ignores your efforts. You expect your family to support your dreams, but instead they criticize your choices. You expect your partner to understand you without explaining everything, but they do not. And when these things happen, you feel disappointed. That disappointment grows into frustration and finally turns into anger. Your mind builds a picture, a perfect image of how things should be. In your mind, people should be kind, respectful, responsible, fair, and loving. Plans should go smoothly. Life should follow your script. But the real world does not work like that. People are not perfect. Situations are not always fair. Life is full of surprises, mistakes, and misunderstandings. So what happens when reality does not match your expectations? You feel pain, and that pain often expresses itself as anger. But that is not the only reason. There is also ego, the small voice inside you that says, I deserve better. Ego says, how dare they talk to me like that? Or who do they think they are? Ego wants respect. Ego wants attention. Ego wants control. And when it does not get what it wants, it gets angry. But here is the truth. The world does not follow your script. People will be late. They will forget. They will say the wrong things. They will make mistakes. Life is not a movie where everything happens the way you imagined. So if you continue to expect perfection from people, from life, From every moment, you will continue to be angry, always. But if you start to let go of that need to control everything, your life will begin to change. If you learn to accept that people are different, that situations are not always fair, and that life has its ups and downs, you will feel a new kind of peace inside you. This does not mean you stop caring, it means you stop suffering because of what you cannot control. Let go of rigid expectations, let go of your ego, and you will begin to let go of anger. True peace begins when you stop fighting with reality and start flowing with it. Anger hurts you more than others. When you get angry, it can feel like strength. It can feel like power. In that moment, you think you are standing up for yourself. You think you are showing people that you will not be disrespected, that you will not accept unfair behavior. It feels like you are in control. But the truth is very different. When you get angry, you are not in control. You are out of control. And more importantly, you are not hurting the other person. You're hurting yourself. Every time you get angry, your body reacts. Your heart starts beating faster. Your blood pressure rises. Your muscles get tight. Your breathing becomes quick and shallow. Your face feels hot. Your hands may shake. Your voice becomes loud and harsh. Your mind becomes foggy. You cannot think clearly. You do not listen. You do not understand. You only want to attack or defend. Your body goes into a state of stress. And if this happens again and again, it takes a toll on your health. Doctors say that uncontrolled anger can lead to serious problems like heart disease, high blood pressure, and even depression or anxiety. Now think about this. Every time you get angry, you are poisoning yourself. It is like drinking a cup of poison and hoping the other person gets hurt, but they do not. You do. And it does not stop with your health. Anger also destroys your relationships. You shout at people you care about. You say things you do not really mean. Things that cut deep and hurt others. You may win the argument, but you lose the trust. You lose the closeness. You create distance between you and the people who love you. Sometimes you feel sorry afterward. You wish you could take your words back, but often it is too late. Words leave scars. People remember how you made them feel. Anger may help you feel strong for a moment, but in the long run, it makes you weak. It may help you win a fight, but it can make you lose respect. So ask yourself this important question. Is it worth it? Is it worth damaging your health, losing your peace and hurting your relationships just to prove a point, just to feel right, just to win a small battle? The answer is no. You do not need to fight every fight. You do not need to win every argument. You do not need to prove anything to anyone. What you really need is peace. What you really need is your health, your happiness, and the love of people around you. And that is more valuable than pride or anger will ever be. Rule 1, pause before you react. The first and most powerful rule for overcoming anger is simple but not easy. Pause. That's right. Just pause. In the heat of the moment, your natural reaction is to speak quickly, to shout, to defend, or to attack. When someone says something rude or hurtful, your body immediately reacts. Your heart races, your face gets hot, your fists tighten. You want to say something back right now, but this is the moment where your real power begins. In that very moment of rising anger, stop yourself. Do not speak, do not act. Just pause, take a slow, deep breath, count slowly to 5. If needed, walk away for a moment. Look away, stay silent. Do whatever helps you create space between the emotion you feel and the action you are about to take. This short pause may only last a few seconds, but it gives you something incredibly valuable: control. When you pause, you are telling yourself, I am in charge, not my emotions. You are allowing your mind to catch up with your feelings. You are reminding yourself that you are not a slave to your anger. You are a human being with the power to choose how you respond. You may still feel upset, that's okay. Pausing does not mean you deny your feelings. It means you respect them, but you do not let them control you. You do not let a single emotion destroy your peace, your relationships, or your self-respect. Make this a daily habit. Everyday life will test you. Someone might cut you off in traffic. Pause. Your coworker might blame you for something that was not your fault. Pause. Your spouse might forget something important. Pause. Your friend might cancel plans last minute. Pause. Each situation is a test, and each time you pause instead of reacting, you pass the test. At first, it will feel difficult. Your old habits will try to take over. You may even forget to pause. That's okay. Keep practicing. Keep reminding yourself. Over time, you will grow stronger. You will start to notice that the things that once made you furious now barely touch your peace. You will smile instead of shout. You will breathe instead of break. This is the first step to mastering your emotions. The pause is small, but its power is massive because that pause, just a few seconds, can save you from hours, days, or even years of regret. Remember, anger is quick, but wisdom is patient. Choose wisdom, choose peace, pause. Rule 2, change the story in your mind. Anger is not only about what happens around you, anger is mostly about what happens inside you, specifically the story you tell yourself and your mind. Every time something upsets you, your mind creates a story. That story decides how you feel, and many times that story makes you feel angry. Let us look at an example. You send a message to a friend, hours go by, but they do not reply. Your mind says, they are ignoring me, they do not care about me. And you start to feel angry, sad, or rejected. But stop and think, what if your story is wrong? What if they were just busy? What if they did not see your message? What if they were going through something difficult and could not respond? The truth is, you do not know, but your mind still creates a negative story, and that story causes your anger. Here is another example. Someone at work speaks to you in a rude tone. Your mind quickly says, they are disrespecting me, they are trying to insult me. But maybe that person is just stressed. Maybe they did not mean to sound rude. Maybe they are having a bad day. Again, you do not know their situation, but your mind fills in the blanks with a story that makes you feel hurt or angry. You cannot always control what people say or do. You cannot control how your day goes. But you can always control the meaning you give to situations. You can choose the story you tell yourself. This is one of the most powerful tools to stop anger before it even starts. Instead of saying, they are ignoring me, say, maybe they are busy, it's okay. Instead of saying, they do not respect me, say, maybe they are not at their best right now. Instead of saying, life is unfair, say, this is a challenge and I will grow from it. This is not about lying to yourself, it's about giving yourself peace. It is about refusing to become a prisoner of your negative thoughts. When you change the story, you change the emotion. When you tell yourself a calmer story, you feel calmer. You do not explode. You do not react. You stay in control. So the next time anger rises in your heart, pause and ask yourself, what story am I telling myself right now? Then rewrite the story. Choose one that helps you, not one that hurts you. Choose peace, choose understanding, choose freedom from unnecessary pain. Change your story and you will change your life. Rule 3, let go of the need to be right. Many fights, arguments, and moments of anger begin from one simple desire, the desire to be right. You want people to agree with you. You want to prove your point. You want others to admit that you are correct and they are wrong. This may feel natural, but it leads to stress, conflict, and pain. Think about the last time you had an argument. Was it really about the topic, or was it about your pride? Maybe someone said something you did not like. Maybe you wanted them to understand your side. Maybe you felt disrespected because they did not agree with you, and so you argued, not for peace, but to be right. But here is the truth. Being right is not the same as being wise. Being right does not always bring peace. Sometimes being right only brings more anger, more stress, and more distance in relationships. You might win the argument but lose the connection. You might prove your point but damage the relationship. Ask yourself a powerful question. Do you want to be right, or do you want to be happy? You do not have to attend every argument you are invited to. You do not have to respond to every rude comment. Let go of the need to control every situation. Let go of the need to correct everyone. Let people have their opinions. Even if they are wrong, let them think what they want. It is not your job to fix their thoughts. Your job is to protect your peace. This does not mean you allow people to treat you badly. It means you respond with calm, not with ego. You speak with dignity, not with pride. Next time you feel that strong desire to prove your point, take a deep breath. Ask yourself, is this worth it? Most of the time, it is not. Most of the time, your peace is more valuable than your pride. Remember, the wisest people are not the loudest. They are not the ones who argue the most. They are the ones who know when to speak and when to let go. The more you let go of the need to be right, the more peaceful and powerful your life becomes. Choose peace every time. Rule 4, Practice forgiveness. Holding on to anger is like holding a burning coal in your hand, hoping to throw it at someone. But in the end, the only one who gets burned is you. Every time you think about what someone did to you, every time you replay the moment in your mind, you give that person more power over your peace. And the truth is, most of the time, the other person has moved on. They are not losing sleep, you are. They are not hurting anymore, you are. That is why forgiveness is so powerful. Now let us be clear, forgiveness does not mean you agree with what someone did. It does not mean their actions were okay. It does not mean you allow them to hurt you again. Forgiveness means you are choosing your peace over your pain. You are choosing to stop carrying the anger inside you. You are saying, I will not let this pain control me anymore. Forgiveness is not for them, it is for you. Think about it like this. Imagine carrying a heavy backpack full of stones. Each stone is a memory of someone hurting you. One is for the friend who lied. One is for the partner who broke your trust. One is for the family member who disappointed you. You walk around with this backpack every day. It is heavy. It is painful. It makes you tired. And yet you keep carrying it. Why? Forgiveness is the moment you decide to take off that backpack. You remove each stone one by one, not because they deserve it, but because you do. You deserve to walk freely. You deserve to feel light again. Start small. Close your eyes. Think of someone who hurt you. Say their name in your mind. Then quietly say, I forgive you, I release you, I let go. You might feel nothing at first. That is okay. Forgiveness is not a one-time act. It is a process. You might have to repeat it again and again, but slowly your heart will begin to soften. The pain will fade, and in its place, peace will begin to grow. Also, do not forget to forgive yourself. Sometimes you are angry at your own past mistakes. You punish yourself in silence. But just as you forgive others, you must forgive yourself. You are human. You are learning. You are growing. The more you forgive, the less anger you carry. And the less anger you carry, the more joy and peace you will feel. Forgiveness is not weakness, it is freedom. Choose it. Rule 5, understand that anger is a habit. Anger is not just a feeling that happens once in a while. For many people, anger becomes a habit. A habit is something your brain does automatically without thinking. If you have been angry many times before, your brain starts to expect anger. It learns to react quickly and strongly in situations that might seem small or normal to others. Imagine your brain as a path in the forest. When you walk the same path every day, it becomes clear and easy to walk. That path is like your habit. If you walk the anger path often, it becomes your usual way to respond. You get angry quickly. You lose patience easily. Small problems feel huge, and even little things can upset you. But here is the good news. Just like any habit, anger can be changed. You can teach your brain a new path. You can learn to respond with calm instead of anger. It takes time and practice, but it is possible. The first step is to become aware. Notice when you feel angry. What time of day is it? Where are you? Who are you with? What exactly happened? This is called observing your anger. You can keep a small journal writing down when and why you felt angry. This simple act helps you understand your triggers, the things that start your anger. For example, maybe traffic makes you angry every morning, or a certain person at work always makes you upset. Maybe you feel angry when you are tired or hungry. When you know your triggers, you can prepare yourself. Preparation is powerful. If traffic makes you angry, try listening to calm music or a podcast you enjoy while driving. If a coworker triggers you, practice deep breathing before you see them. If you feel anger rising, pause and breathe slowly. These small actions help break the old anger habit. Each time you choose calm instead of anger, you make a new path in your brain. Slowly the calm path becomes easier and stronger.